Oi, oi, all right, how's it going? I'm Grant, you're you. This is the Doodle Review coming through with a new album to give a spin, chat some faff about, and then assign a point for him. Today, we're going to talk about Military Gun. Before we get into it, I'm going to do the normal thing to call out to the newsletter that we are building a community around. That newsletter comes out once a week, and I cover a much broader range of albums, artists, and genres. So if that's your thing, if you like a bit of reading, if you like some guides on what you should be listening to every Friday, then check it out. The link is down below. But other than that, let's talk more about Military Gun. Los Angeles post-hardcore, melodic hardcore group Military Gun. They are one of my favorite new bands to come out of the last few years. Part of what I love about them is how I feel like I was turned on to their music in quite an organic, kind of old school way. I didn't like seek them out and I wasn't targeted by digital marketing. One of my good mates just recommended that I check them out. I listened, I liked, I kind of put it aside, not as a negative reaction, just in a like, yeah, this is cool kind of way. They registered for sure, but this was around the time of their compilation, All Roads Lead to the Gun. So they were relatively new on the scene at the time, and there wasn't like a lot more for me to check out. The next time they'd get on my radar was in a live setting, and I'll always remember that show. One, because it was fucking sick, but as lineups go, it was one that you also don't fully appreciate until much later. It was Highvis, a band I've gone on to really enjoy, Military Gun, who killed it, and then Fiddlehead, who would go on to put out one of my favorite records of either that year or the following year. Military Gun's live show, in particular, Ian Shelton's energy and charisma, as well as his now trademark gorilla like ooh ooh, that just won me over. The songs from All Roads were elevated by that live experience, and I'd see them again in about 6 months later, supporting rival schools, which cemented them as a firm favorite while also introducing me to tunes on Life Under the Gun, their at the time kind of upcoming record. This record was a fantastic refinement of what I'd consider a kind of work in progress blueprint that we were hearing on the previous EPs. The record put forward a band with a now defined, consistent sound and solid identity, jangly, Californian, and anthemic, with a gritty center that clearly stemmed from, but was not wholly attached to, hardcore origins. God Save the Gun, in a weird way, both evolves and inverts the sound established on Life. The songwriting is equally sharp, if not sharper than we've heard before, with many of the tracks, certainly in the front half, designed to satisfy in the way the best kind of pop songwriting does, even while dealing with heavy themes. This is aided in no small part by a seemingly open door policy to collaborators. James Goodson of equally sunny but gritty alt rock Project Daisy joined Shelton as a co writer on many of the songs here, as does songwriter Philip Odom, a rapper called Lil Aaron, and Nick Panella from MS Paint. From a production standpoint, new instruments are brought into the fold, like a canny use of Killing Joke or a sample of Killing Joke on Kick, as well as lead synthesizers on the single Bad Idea and album highlight God Owes Me Money. Now, that song in particular typifies what I mean when I say the record inverts what we heard on Life Under the Gun. Shelton's been very honest about his lyrical influences, citing on the last record the effect of kind of growing up in a family affected by addiction. This time around, that topic is approached from another vantage point, with Shelton himself struggling with what sounds like addiction, where the last record often took the position of, a supportive voice trying to bring someone else out of their low. This LP is the opposite sort of thing, with Shelton exercising his own pain through song as hopefully a means to pull him out of it. There's some really poignant lyrics here about not feeling good enough, feeling hopeless, and ultimately suicidal. And Shelton's got that great knack for finding the core truth of a concept without over explaining it. On I Won't Murder Your Friend, he frames self harm from the perspective of hurting the friend or loved one of the people that he knows. And it's a clever but not like overly intellectualized approach to the subject matter. And as a result, it's profoundly affecting. And I'm sure many of us have stories of or connections to people that have been in these situations. And if you have, it's hard to listen to that tune without getting that like pang of grief. I do find the record loses a little of its power in the final third compared to the rip-roaring opening. Listening to this side by side with Life Under the Gun, you can also hear a slight narrowing or flattening of the sound here. I'm sure it's intentional because it completely aligns to the themes of the album. I just really loved the open, wide sound of Life, which is why I guess I'm sensitive to the change here. Really, though, those are the only minor critiques I can offer. This is a fantastic album that works on an emotional, instrumental, and most importantly, bangers level. The band has certainly leveled up in songwriting, in arrangements, and instrumentally, while Ian Shelton is growing into a fantastic lyricist and frontman. And he also seems to be finding different levels to his voice, which I think brings a dynamism to the vocals that we haven't heard from these guys before. Military Gun are a killer band. If you haven't dived into them, this is your sign. I'd probably give this one a straight up 8 out of 10. Really, really enjoyed it. Let me know what you think. Have you heard of Military Gun before? Is this your first time listening to him? What do you think? And yeah, let me know in the comments. Check out that link to the newsletter down below. And other than that, time to knock it on the head. See you in the next one. Cheers, mate. Bye.